I'd like to call this meeting to order for the special session of the Blackhawk County Board of Supervisors for July 11th, 2023. The time is 1:06 p.m. Roll call, please, Mr. Veeder.
Hall,
Here.
Little, Schwartz,
Here.
Trelka, Leyland.
Here. Item 1, the agenda received as proposed or as amended.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The agenda is received. Item 2, public comments. Seeing no one in the audience that wishes to speak during public comments, we'll move on to item 3, the presentation by Maggie Berger from Spear Financial.
Good afternoon, everyone. Maggie Berger with Spear Financial. I appreciate you having me. We'll make this short and sweet, and it is sweet because we did have a great sale this morning for the sale of $4,600,000 of general obligation bonds, Series 2023. We are recommending that we would award to Piper Sandler and Company of Minneapolis, Minnesota, at a true interest rate of 3.0756. As you can see, the purchase price from our letter is $4,888,935.10. That does mean that there is a premium of $288,000. That is not money that gets repaid. That is extra money for the interest rates that were bid to buy down to the TIC, to the true interest cost of 3.0756. The rest of those bids range from a 3.16 down to a 3.29. Before we talk a little bit more about the bonds, we do appreciate the fact that your administration, as well as the Solid Waste Commission Director, went through the Moody's rating process as part of this. The county was reaffirmed at the AA2 rating, which is 2 notches from what they consider to be the perfect score of the AAA. We highlighted this ratings report up. The county has great financial profile right now, healthy reserves, ample revenue raising flexibility. We always talk about what could lead to a downgrade, and that would be a weakening of cash and or fund balance. The bonds are expected to be repaid with solid waste revenue that they call out, so they're not counting these really, they're counting them into your debt profile, but knowing that the county is not the one planning to use a debt service levy. And also that Iowa counties do have a strong institutional structure. And so they noted that your institutional structure here is good. You're giving, the supervisors are receiving information from the administration on a regular basis, and that information is good for you to have, and Moody's feels that's very important in that relationship. We go to the second to the last page, and this just sort of outlines the bids. Every bidder was bidding a 5% interest rate. There are only 6 maturities to this bond issue. And so every maturity has a 5% interest rate. But again, the $288,000 of premium is what bought this interest rate down to a 3.0756. These bonds are callable with 1 maturity left to go. So that is important to note, that you could call in that final maturity if the Solid Waste Commission decided to on June 1st of 2028. They could pay off that $210,000, that final principal amount, and that would save them approximately $10,500 in interest if they did that on June 1 of 2028. With that, I'd answer any questions that you or any of the board members have, but we would recommend that you would pass the resolution from Bond Council awarding to Piper Sandler at a true interest rate of 3.0756.
Any questions, comments for Maggie?
I'll just say that it's just good to know that we can still qualify for a good bond rating even with the high interest rates out there right now.
Great. Yeah.
And I want to thank Maggie and Spear for all their work. There's a lot of behind the scenes that happens before we get to this day.
Yours as well.
Yeah, exactly. It was a group effort.
Yes, this was great. Any other comments, questions? All right, I'll go ahead then and make the resolution directing the sale of $4,600,000 general obligation bonds, Series 2023, to Piper Sandler and Company, Minneapolis, Minnesota, at a true interest cost of 3.0756%.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Please answer as your name is called.
Hall,
Yes.
Little,
Abstain.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Leyland.
Yes. Great, thank you. Is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved?
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.